And so it says they saw them from a distance, the promises of God, they saw them from the distance. And I think that for many of us, including myself at times, we suffer from a very bad case of big thumb syndrome. Have you heard of this before? Big thumb syndrome, where what happens is, you can look at your thumb if you want to, but what happens is, I don't know if you've ever been to the Rocky Mountains, but you drive through Nebraska, and you can't really see the mountains, and you get into Colorado, and you can start to see the mountains from a distance. You see them. And if I asked you as you're driving, what's bigger, the mountains or your thumb? You'd say, wait a second, my thumb, it dwarfs the mountains. At a certain point, you can blot out all the mountains with your thumb. What's bigger? Your thumb. And so, because from our perspective, the mountains are so far away, and our thumb is so much in our face, we focus on our thumb as if it's the biggest thing in our life. The most important thing in our life is how we're doing financially. The biggest thing in our life is, do I feel slighted by someone? The biggest thing in our life is, how many likes do I get on social media? The biggest thing in my life is, how am I doing with my video games? The biggest thing in my life is, it's really the small things from an eternal perspective. And I'm not saying as Christians we shouldn't pay attention to the thumb. That's not what I'm saying. But see, as you get closer and closer to the Rocky Mountains, and once you get to the Rocky Mountains, what you'll realize is that the mountains dwarf your thumb. And I think what happens to a lot of people is they get closer and closer to the end, and they realize that eternity is on the other side. That's what happens when you die. Death is the doorway you have to go through to get to eternity, and all of us are going there. And the closer you get to it, you begin to realize that the things that we thought were so important really are not that important. They pale in comparison to the glory that is coming. And so I love this description in Hebrews chapter 11. It says that they saw them from a distance. They saw the promise of glory from a distance and greeted them and confessed they were foreigners and temporary residents on earth. Verse 14 says, now those who say such things make it clear that they were seeking a homeland. See, Abraham, in this life, he was seeking a permanent homeland in the presence of God. Verse 15, if they were thinking about where they came from, they would have had an opportunity to return. If Abraham was thinking about Ur of the Chaldeans, Sarah dies, I'm going back. But he doesn't go back, he stays. He continues to trust God. Verse 16, but they now desire a better place, a heavenly one. Is that what you desire? Is that what your heart longs for? Do you long for a heavenly place? Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. And so, brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you to not get caught up on your thumb.